Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the doubleheader of Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net. As the women took care of business in the opening game against Riverside, 61-52, and now it's the men who take on Fullerton in this OEC matchup. Corey Nayland, Mark Pavlovich back with you. Both teams come into this game at 5-1 in conference, tied with Santiago Canyon for the lead. Some say they'll get 7, some say they'll get 6, some say they'll get 5 into the playoffs. Whatever it is, this is perhaps the best conference in the state.
Yeah, when you really think about it, you've got two of the brighter, better coaches in the state of California. And Corey's already talked about it, saying maybe these are the best coaches in all of California. Here from the OEC with Coach Perry Webster and Coach Al Haddef.
And we'll get to those starting lineups as Perry Webster, the head coach of Fullerton College, assisted by Tom Gorell, Devin Uglin, Marshall Johnson, and Kai Valeza. Starting up is J.Q. Strong, a 6'8 forward from Villa Park. Justin Davis from Capistrano Valley, a 6'1 sophomore guard. Addie Bai goes 6'3. The lefty is from LA Prep. Kari Shepard out of Long Beach Poly. There's that pipeline one more time. 6'3 freshman, really coming along as a point and two. And Joe Grahovic, outstanding 6'10 player out of Foothill High School, leading contender for Player of the Year in the OEC. For Cypress, they start Higi Katoa at the point position, sophomore from Honolulu. James Christian III out of Banning High School, who we had on the air a couple months ago. Talk a little bit of basketball. He's played better ever since. So we shall see. Peyton Guerrero. Someone told Peyton you can play. Finally, and he's actually playing. That it might be one of the up-and-coming players. If they win today, he will be. He's going to be the big reason. Michael Wright, a 6'5 freshman from Cypress High School, and Danny Patton from St. Paul rounds out the starting five. Head coaches Andrew Al-Haddef, assisted by Jordan Fleck, Scott Tucker, Alex Myers, Brandon McCain. Team manager is Jared Reyes. So Grahovic and Wright will jump center. As you see, Cypress in the dark blue and gold numbers. As you see, they'll be moving left to right. Fullerton controls the top, moving right to left in their white with the blue numbers and blue trim. Here's Shepard. Davis. And what's going to make this game outstanding is both teams fundamentally sound. You say that's going to be boring. We say it's going to be one of the best games you've been witnessing this year. Grahovic underneath. And there's Fullerton's distinct height advantage.
Well, there's moving without the basketball too, Corey. We brought it up in the women's game. We just saw it here in the men's game.
And here's Cypress, deliberate, you would say, methodical. Some would say on the offensive end. Danny Patton steps out, misses the three. And here's Shepard. Up to Davis. They want to go down. Moving without the ball is J.Q. Strong. 4-0 Hornets.
If you're Coach Al Haddef, you want this game to stay close at the beginning and not let the Hornets feel like they're going to be dominant here at Cypress College.
James Christian III drives, gets into the lane, over two, misses. Rebound fought for, lost, and out of bounds off of Patton. And Mark, unlike other teams that Cypress has had, this team can score on you. They've got average of 76 points a game to Fullerton 77. But there hasn't been those offensive struggles, you would say, lapses, so far this season, as they are 15-4. Cypress, Fullerton is 16-2. Davis, the left-hander, in the key for a long time, was strong. Quick 6-0 lead for Fullerton.
And one thing you'll see about Fullerton, they pride themselves on defense, switching quickly And then when somebody shoots and misses, they will have two people attacking the board.
Michael Wright steps out for three. Back rims. And the Hornets are one and done. And I know what you'll say. You said fundamentally sound. That sounds boring. Not really. Adebayo misses the three. Patton with the rebound. But both these teams are defensively adept. As you see there, underneath, Christian had nowhere to go. Kick out to Guerrero for three, short rimmed. Last touch by Wright. No, last touch by Davis. Cypress ball. Timeout taken by the Chargers with 17:23 to play in the first half. Just started here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet USA. .net. Mark, I wanted to get back to the defense because I know you'll like this one. Cypress is second in the state in defense. Fullerton is 8th in the state in defense. First and third in the conference.
Yeah, well, one of the things that you see, Coach Al-Hadif is always going to be a good defensive squad. That's what through the years, Corey, we've never complained about their defense. We have seen a lack of offense from Cypress, but this year they've got an offensive set that they can play with anybody. It started off slow tonight against Fullerton, but they can put up points when they have to.
And out of the timeout, Katoa Guerrero, Wright, and in for the first time, Jack Rivera, number 20 for Cypress, and now with the ball, Vincent Albertini. These two are super subs. As Albertini into the lane, no good. Rebound put back by Wright.
And again, you see the offense created by people moving, not being stationary. I know that's basically cliche in basketball, but it's not. It's fundamentally sound in basketball, and both these teams do it.
Strong back rims. That strong shot, but they get another opportunity. By the lefty, stolen by Katoa. Higgy's had an improved sophomore season, no slump for him. Both he and Guerrero came in with high expectations last year. They found their stride this year. Katoa working the right side. That's Guerrero working the right side with the reverse and brings them within two. And you feel the difference with this Cypress Chargers squad this year as opposed to the last few years when they got down. They rushed. This year, there's no panic in it.
Yeah, and we heard it from Perry Webster. There is balance this year. There is talent up and down the OEC.
Shepard misses the three. Rebound by Wright. Fullerton struggled shooting threes their last time out when they beat Riverside 64-51. Peyton Guerrero did not struggle against Saddleback. He went 4 for 5 from three. There's a steal up top by Shepard. All alone for a deuce.
I'm sorry, Corey, didn't mean to step on you, but nice anticipation by Shepard. He filled the passing alley when he saw it going out there. And defense, again, is played with your feet first, your hands out. You will watch the foot speed from this Fullerton College team.
15-17 play. There's a turnaround, Jay, by Guerrero. Missed. Rebound, last touch by Albertini. Was just going to mention Kari Shepard goes 6'3". Looks like a little bit taller Sean Newman. A little bit tall. I'm not saying he's at that level yet, but he's got a chance. Here's Davis, the lefty. Shepard back to the lefty. Davis, no good on the three, but another second chance. Strong to By. Floater, no, tapped out. Here's number 3. Grahovic chases it down, but out of bounds.
You know, I was talking to Wes, the athletic director out here, and he was asking me about the Fullerton team because I've seen them play 4 times. And like I told Wes, they can be extremely prolific. And then, Corey, they lose concentration on the floor, and the other teams get back in the game. Saw a lot of games over at Fullerton earlier this season, and Perry Webster sort of echoed that when we were talking to him before the game.
Yeah, a different type of season as Albertini has it. That's an offensive foul by the sophomore. He's also out of Villa Park High School. So, Mark, Villa Park had a pretty good team a couple years ago with Albertini and Strong on that squad. So, resetting the lineups: Rivera on D for Cypress, Katoa, Patton, Guerrero, and Wright. Here's Grahovic for Fullerton in the corner. To Shepard, Davis. In for the first time is Braden Smith. He takes a turnaround jumper from 15, no good. Rebound by Rivera. And also into the ball game is Jakari Miles out of Stevenson Ranch, West Ranch High School. You notice both these teams primarily man-to-man defenses. Patton sizing up, Grahovic tries to get it, and he travels.
And you know what you love about this game? If you want to come and watch animated coaches, come and watch Perry Webster, who will be there. Coach Alhada, who was sitting down for a second. Now he's gotten back up.
I haven't seen Coach Alhada sit since the time he's been here on the sideline. Love that guy. And that's the thing. Love both coaches.
Yeah.
And both programs. Miles all the way, leaves it and gets it gloved by Wright, and there's a jump ball. As Smith went up strong, Wright said, nah, I'm a little bit stronger. 8-4 Hornets, 13:09 to play. But since this is Chargers Live, we're going to go a little bit more bias for Cypress tonight.
So Strong's 2 for 3 after that. Nobody else is really doing anything for this Fullerton College team early in the game.
And they got off to a quick 6-0 run. Cypress down by 4. No panic in their step. Guerrero, he drives, he can work. He's working on hops. He's got the advantage, but there's 7 to shoot. Katoa all the way, puts it up with the left, no good, but the rebound out of the hands of Guerrero. Coming back down the floor is Davis to the right side. He can shoot. No good, rebound. Weak side comes to Higgy. Higgy Katoa. Every person he's probably met over the age of 35 has had a bad pun, told him to get jiggy with it. Old people. Higgy in the key, good D by Davis. Wright working on Smith with 5. And offensively aggressive second charge. People say you play defense with your feet, Mark?
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do.
That's 2 charges taken by the Hornets. And you're going to witness also 3 of the best referees, officials that you'll see in the game today.
Right now, Cypress is 2 of 9 from the floor. They're shooting 22%.
Underneath. And here's Patton.
Fullerton is now 4 of 12. 33%.
Patton on the baseline, and that's where the height advantage, being 6'10", will help you. Patton distracted, brings it out with 10. No look pass, straight away. Danny misses everything. And here's Hops.
I think one of the 3 little pigs is in the room here because somebody's throwing out bricks.
And there's a dunk by Braden Smith on a delivery from Hops. You see the replay here as he drives the lane and gets to the teeth of the defense And Smith delivers a throwdown for 2, 10-4 Hornets. Let's see what the Chargers come up with. Jack Rivera in the key, double team Guerrero. Like we said, he was 4 of 5 against Saddleback. And Katoa worked hard, out of control, misses, rebound. There's Smith. Up to Miles, one-on-one with Peyton. No rhythm or flow in this ball game just yet. Rebound from the 3 is contained by Danny Patton.
Can hear the coaches on both sides of the ball getting a little louder during this game.
Good defense by Fullerton. Forces a wild shot by Guerrero, but again, Cypress is there for a second chance opportunity. They beat Saddleback 67-41 as it rims out from Patton on Wednesday. Right. And there's a timeout taken by Fullerton with 9:43 to play in the first half. It is 10-4, and it's not aesthetically pleasing. Here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, you look right now, Fullerton is 5 of 13 from the floor, shooting 38%. They have not made a 3. They've tried 6, Corey, but nobody's gotten home. Cypress on the other side, 2 of 13 at 15.4%. Nobody's made a 3-point shot in this game. They're all 5 when you think about it. And everything else. Both teams have 4 turnovers in this game. Points on turnovers, only 2. Fullerton with 9 rebounds. Cypress with 7. Both of them are doing well. On the defensive side of that, Cypress has 5. Fullerton has 6. No assist for Cypress. Well, there wouldn't be. They can't score any points right now. And nobody's really had any steals or anything in this game. So I've got to ask you, I mean, is it the defense is that good, which is that doing it, or is it just one of those games where neither team can make a basket?
I'm giving both defenses credit.
Okay.
Because we mentioned both defenses are tops in the state.
Right.
We're going to give credit to the defense. And we talked about officials.
Right.
You might not see a better officiated game than tonight. Seven Azizian, Mo Orr, and Donovan Peters on the call. And Seven, known him for years.
Yeah.
Every time we come here, love seeing that guy out here. And sometimes I'll be watching games just to watch him because he's the official.
Yeah.
I'll only watch because he's officiating, and that's why we like seeing him out here. One of the best in the business, Mo as well. We know him. He kind of looked at me. Last time he saw me, I didn't have this much hair. Kind of threw him off. Here's Miles, step back after the timeout. Missed it badly. So out of the timeout, Christian, Katoa, Albertini, Patton, and in for the first time is Isaiah Valenzuela for the Chargers. Christian almost traveled, got away with it. Here's Patton underneath. And instead of going up strong, he gets bailed out with a foul, and he'll head to the line for 2. Is the sophomore from St. Paul.
And of course, Perry Webster wants to know where the foul was on the play.
As the Cypress College women's team is heading out the door. You like the support here to start here at Don Johnson Court. Fullerton College softball team is here as well. Patton connects on the first free throw. On the season, Danny averages 7 points and 5 rebounds. Dignitaries from both schools present and past here at Don Johnson Court. And it's fitting that dignitaries are here at Don Johnson Court for Cypress. Hall of Fame for Cypress, Hall of Fame for Fullerton.
Yeah, exactly.
So Shepard, Miles, Smith, Hops on the floor. And last 5 is Sean Woodson, number 24. And White with 10 to shoot. Up by 4, Miles can shoot that 3 short again, follows his own shot. has it taken away. Here's Valenzuela to Katoa. Back to Valenzuela. Misses. And that should be a goaltend as he slapped the backboard. And Valenzuela says, you know what, that's okay. I'll take the 3 and cut the deficit to 1.
I'm glad you said that because I thought, wait a minute, isn't that goaltending?
I could be wrong. Hobbs hounded by Christian III. Cut off and stolen by Albertini. Cypress with a chance to take their first lead of the ball game with 8:05 to play in the first half. James with the ball on the left side. Valenzuela wants to go 2 for 2. He's now 1 for 2. He had 6 points, 2 threes against Saddleback on Wednesday. Here's Shepard. Man-to-man defense employed by the Chargers. Up top to Woodson, the lefty, set shot. Increases the lead to 4, 13-9, and there's a timeout. Officials, timeout taken, and they're looking at the clock. 7:29 to play. 2 team fouls for the Chargers, 1 team foul for the Hornets. And they did want to confirm that was in fact a three-pointer. And checking the score as well, it's 13-9.
Well, Corey, you can see why there's no real amount of fouls on the floor besides a really good officiating crew. Nobody's pressing the issue. The big guys aren't going down low and trying to fight against each other. That's not happening. People are settling for three-point shots. You don't see the big drive to the basket because the defense is so stalwart that everybody's backing out quickly. We'll see if that changes as the game progresses.
Katoa against the man-to-man. Grahovic back in along with Strong. Patton working on Grahovic. Kick out to Albertini. Baseline is there. Rattles out. Grahovic with his second rebound. And Shepard. What you love about both these teams, no panic. Down low, Grahovic has position for 6'10". That's too easy. 15-9 Fullerton. Guerrero and Wright will check in at the next dead ball. Valenzuela trying to get baseline on by. He does not. He's got to kick it out to Patton with 12. Up top is Higgy. Corner, Patton over Grahovic. No. In that height, playing with Cypress just a little bit in this first half. I owe you a nickel every time I say this.
Yeah, I'm up 10 cents already.
Davis. Grahovic, he can step out. Misses. 15-9.
Stepped out all right.
Albertini, Euro step and a step through all at the same time. Gets his own rebound, misses that one. I owe you a quarter. 15-9.
This is working for me. You met by dinner before the game's over.
Davison buying the backcourt. Grahovic hit the last bucket to make it a 6-point lead. Shepard and Strong are the starting 5 for the Hornets. Strong down low, high-low, double team. No travel call, gets his own rebound, and there's a foul called underneath. All that action underneath. And you call that one? Was a push, but again.
Cypress has now missed 17 shots in this game. Fullerton on the other side, they're 7 of 19. They've missed 12. They're 1 of 9 from three-point country. Both teams have both made 1 3-point shot.
Grahovic, 16 points, 6 rebounds, leads the team. Also shoots 65% from the line. Number 1 in the conference in blocks, 2.7 per game. I think that's up there in the state as well. As he connects on both free throws, making it a 17-9 lead with 5:14 to play in the first half. Guerrero checks back in. He hasn't really got on track yet. No one has for the Chargers. Right, looking. Patton with the left. Step through. And over the outstretched arm of Joe Grahovic. Cuts that Hornet lead to 6. Strong at the elbow. Shepard down low. Little pocket pass down low to Big Joe. 19-11 Fullerton. Christian the third working on the 6'10 guy, saying you ain't no match for me.
So the temperature is picked up. It's cold outside, but it's starting to get warm here on Don Johnson Court.
Davis working side to side, doing a little two-step up top, nowhere to go. Shepard, strong, dumps down over the top. Grahovic double teamed, and they get a foul on Guerrero with the push on the bottom. 21-13, and Cypress really has no answer for 6'10".
Well, Corey, you can't teach height, and you can't teach how to guard height unless you've got height to go with it. I mean, I could go down there.
He converts to three-point play the Houseman way. 4 minutes to go. First half of play. Katoa thought about a long three, thinks better of it. Guerrero, as the Hornets employ their zone. 3-2 up top. Katoa trying to shoot him out of it. 22-16. Timeout taken by Cypress with 3:33 to play in the first half. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, Corey already talked about it when I asked him, was it defense or poor offense out there? And you gave a lot of love to the defense because I'm sure most people with 3:33 to go would say, wait a minute, it's 22-16. These are two of the top teams in the state. But when you play smothering defense and you're having problems shooting, it's just going to make it more difficult. You can't free up. You're afraid to go make that drive to the basket. And you're afraid to take that step back shot. So it's just defense has taken away from bad offense, which makes it a poor overall look so far in this first half.
Yes.
Thank you. Fullerton, 9 of 21, 42% now. Cypress, 6 of 23, 26%. So the numbers are going up. It's like the stock market.
Out of the timeout, Hornet ball. Shepard brings it up with Strong and by Grahovic and Davis. Cypress on defense, right up top. Man-to-man pressure. Guerrero, Christian the third, and pull up for Shepard. No good from the elbow. Christian the third with the rebound with Katoa. Patton rounds out the 5. Cypress in blue. Headed to the right. Christian the third. One time, 5'10". Thinks he's a post. In and out, no good. James Christian the third, 5'10", posted up mark like he's 6'10". Davis down low, left block. Grahovic out of Foothill. Sweep around pass to Addy By. Deadly three-point shooter. When he's off, he's way off, Mark. But when he is on, there might not be any better in the state. Cypress with 67-41 win on Wednesday. They shot 50% against Saddleback. Katoa misses wildly. They were 10 of 24 from three-point land in that game. They were 9 of 11 from the from free throw line, and they forced 20 turnovers. Davis quickly, oh wow. Flash to the hole and got the bucket, 24-16. This is now their biggest lead of the ball game of 8. 1:49 to play in the half. Patton gets into the body of Joe and turn around in the key. Created that space for 2. You see the replay here. Nice little bucket. Strong bumps by Christian III. That will be the 5th team foul. And they call it on the shot. So JQ from Villa Park High School, 6'8", 210-pound sophomore, 5 points and 2 rebounds a game, steps to the stripe.
This will be Fullerton's 4th and 5th rebound. Both teams haven't missed one yet. Fullerton's now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Shepard out, Miles is in.
Five for 5. Perfection.
Both of these squads, strong free throw shooters. 73.4 as a team. Fullerton is 14th in the state. 73.8 for Cypress, 12th in the state. Patton one more time working along that baseline. James Christian is short on the 3 in the corner. Michael Wright, second chance. Katoa in rhythm 3, rims out. Third chance, Patton around Smith, off the glass for 2. And it's 26-20. 45 seconds remaining in the half. By 3, short, rebound, kick out. Miles, step back. No, and up high is Hops, showing Hops. And on the putback, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Jackson out of Culver City High School. I know there was one Culver City product that went to Fullerton College, played football after Darius Banks, but that's the one we're going to go with. Darius Banks out of Culver City High School. Played for Fullerton back in 2010, I believe. And Hops connects.
So Grahovac is the leading scorer for Fullerton right now. JQ Strong sitting there with 6. Sean Woodson with 3. They've got a variety of players that have scored for him, Corey, for this Fullerton team.
Yeah, and they struggled in the win against Riverside as Jack Rivera checks in for a little bit more height. Comes in for James, 34 to shoot. But they struggled against Riverside. Grahovic was the only player in double figures. He had 27. 28-20. About a 3-second, maybe 4-second differential between the game and shot. Off the backboard, no. And Higgy knocks it out of bounds.
Leading scorer for Cypress is Patton right now, so we'll see if they can play strong defense with 13 seconds to go. Trailing by 8.
Eight to shoot. Davis playing for the last one. Hits the leg. Kick out. Woodson open for 3. That's the way the half will end, with a Sean Woodson 3 and giving Fullerton their biggest lead of the game of 11 of 31-20. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, you look at it right now, Fullerton 10 of 26, 38%. Cypress 8 of 30, 26%. Charity Stripe, well, both teams look pretty good. Fullerton 7 of 7, Cypress 2 of 2. 3-point country has not been nice to either team. Fullerton 2 of 13, 15%. Cypress 2 of 11. Basically 18% on that. Turnovers, both teams are sitting at 5 and 4. Points off turnovers, doesn't really matter. Total rebounds, 18 for Fullerton, 16 for Cypress. And again, it's the defensive side of the rebounds. 12 for Fullerton, 10 for Cypress. Assist, 9 for Fullerton. Well, that's because they're making baskets, so you'd be leading the game in assist right now. Danny Patton, 8 points for your Chargers so far in this game. 8 points, 5 rebounds already in this first half. And then Corey, doesn't matter. Pick a name. They might have scored a basket, but that's it. Patton's the only one that has done anything for him.
That's right, Mark. I was going to say that they haven't done much or really anything on offense, but again, it's not a devastating deficit that they are in. I was looking to see, trying to catch Coach B's eye, see if she wanted to come up and talk for a minute. I was going to go grab the extra headset to see, but I can't get her. So we just going to talk a little bit.
Yeah, you can look at the rest of the games going on.
Yeah, we can look at the rest of the games, then we'll get into the top 20 and see what you have to say, since Cypress is number 19 and Fullerton is number 11, but we'll get into that in just a moment. As we go around the 3C2A, down to Imperial Valley, up to Napa, everywhere you want to go. Los Angeles in the middle.
Let's go in the middle.
Los Angeles City College over LA Harbor, 84-75. They were victorious. Miracosta, depending on how you want to say it, they are victorious against Palomar tonight, 72-70. Southwestern and San Diego City also in the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference. The perennial San Diego City beat Southwestern 76-73 tonight. Las Positas over Cañada 78-77. So Las Positas stays undefeated and number 1 in the state, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. Cuyamaca, again, however you want to say it, they beat Imperial Valley 90-67 in their contest tonight. Let's tip on over to the Orange Empire Conference. Santiago Canyon struggled offensively. They only scored 59 points against Riverside, but they improved to 6-1 in conference with a 59-54 win over the Tigers. They improved to 16-4, while Riverside drops to 11-9 and 3-4 in conference play. That conference record's going to hurt, even though they've got a winning record. We'll see if that hampers them getting into the playoffs. Is it too early to talk about playoffs?
No,
okay.
Not at all.
All right. Marin loses to Napa Valley 86-72. Staying up north, Folsom Lake, they beat American River 64-62. Want to get a chance to go up to Folsom Lake just to tour their facilities. Every time we're watching a game, their facilities look top-notch. Got to check it out ourselves one day at Folsom Lake.
I thought you were looking to go trout fishing or something and head up north and, get Ed Ford to load like 7 of us in his van, take some sleeping bags, rods and reels.
And I'll be at the hotel waiting for you all when you get back. Diablo Valley, they beat San Joaquin Delta 66-57. West Valley, the powerhouse up there, the defending state champions, 95-46 winners over Monterey Peninsula, the number 4 team in the state. Merritt, 69-68 winners over Mendocino. That just seems like a high-class game over there. Seems like a lot of money in that game. Mendocino, Merritt, I know. I'm thinking of the grocery store.
Oh, Mendocino is a very affluent neighborhood.
Yeah. And Merritt gets by and flew by with a win. Contra Costa, 65-54 winners over Yuba. Modesto beat down Santa Rosa 84-71. We'll get back to the OEC where it's halftime again for Saddleback and Irvine Valley. Irvine Valley, both men and women, trying to come strong and get into the playoff hunt, but they're down 2 at halftime to the Bobcats. East LA and Compton, no score there. San Diego Mesa and Grossmont, 82-57. San Diego Mesa all over Grossmont. Cerritos with a minute to play in the half against Pasadena City, 38-29 in the lead. And the last Orange Empire Conference game approaching the half. Santa Ana needs this victory over Orange Coast. They're up 30-23 right now. But we were talking about Santa Ana before the game started. And they're a team that, if there's a team who was always going uphill and never got to the top coming down, that's Santa Ana this year.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Ana, great staff over there at Santa Ana. But it's one of those things that, of course, when we talked to Perry Webster at the beginning, and then we talked to Wes at the beginning of the game, Perry Webster said, hey, 7 teams from the OEC. You and Wes looked at each other and agreed 5 teams from the OEC could possibly get into the state playoffs.
And that's because they won't base everything off those rankings, the RPIs. If they did, then 7 teams could get in from the OEC. Even a sub-500 conference team like a Santa Ana, they could get in because they're that good. We've watched a lot of basketball, including San Jose, 48-29 right now over Gavilan, and LA Trade Tech up 2 over Long Beach. But we've watched a lot of basketball. And even though Ed Ford, close your ears, plug your ears real quick. Even though if one of those teams were under 500, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, they might deserve to get in. No, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
No, scratch that. They don't deserve to get in if you're under 500, so never mind.
Ed, let me hit the mute button.
So 5 teams. That wasn't me who just said that.
Hit that mute button.
And you're talking about programs who are prolific. We'll take Cypress, a historic program that's really come back into the fold since Andrew Alhada took over this program. Since the staff of Michelle and Wes taking over that AD and SID mentorship and leadership roles. This is a basketball program, both men and women, who are really coming back to where they really belong in the state of community college basketball in California. And on the flip side, you look at Perry Webster and what he's done for Fullerton. Another storied tradition. But right now, this is the best team in the state, best program in the state.
Fullerton?
Fullerton is the best basketball program on the men's side in the state of California.
Well, you've looked at what they've done as a team. They've won state championships. And you look at Perry Webster as a mentor, an educator, and somebody who truly, Corey, cares about his student athletes. I mean, that's the thing that, you know, Corey and I have had the pleasure of knowing Perry Webster for years. He's almost as gray as I am now. I've known him so long. Because when I sit around him, he worries, so his hair turns gray. But Perry's this guy that really cares about the program, the college, and where these young men go to the next level. And, of course, then when you talk to Coach Alhada, I'm going to say, and I know people are going to say, yeah, Southern California homer.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
And we're going to be biased about this, too.
I think these are two of the best young coaches
See, why do you have to
in
qualify
California.
Why do you have to qualify it as young, Mark? You don't
They're
have to
two of the best coaches
Yes, top
in
five.
California.
Top 5.
You know, and it's because they not only care about the game, which all these young men come to play at, and hopefully will move on with a great education. They care about the colleges, Corey, and they care about where their student athletes go. And they teach the game the right way.
I don't like that term either. The right
Oh,
way.
man.
But they
No, I mean, Corey.
but they teach the game. I mean,
Okay, so I should just say they teach the game?
they teach the game. Because
Okay.
they love the game.
They do,
I'm-
yeah.
There have been coaches we've been around, and that we like, we talk, we have good relationships with. There's something different about Perry. There's something different about Drew.
Yeah.
Because every time I talk to them, especially Drew, every time I talk to him, it's one of those things where I learn something. It's one of those things where if I was young and if I could play, I'd come here. I'd come here and sit the bench because that's the type of feeling that you get being around this program.
Yeah, and the thing that's funny is I played the game, but I never really played the game at that level. I played it for fun. I'd love to play around somebody like Perry Webster. He's feisty. He's vivacious on the sidelines. He doesn't like to lose, and he cares. And that's where – and the assistant coaches he brings in are just as passionate about the game as he is, Corey. That's the other thing that I look at. And same with Drew on the other side. If you ever got to meet – we always look at the head coaches and admire the head coaches. But when you get to meet the assistant coaches, and I've been lucky enough to meet both staffs very well, I get to hang out before you show up with the coaches from Cypress. And then over at Fullerton, I've done a lot of basically showcases for Fullerton College with the staffs. The assistant coaches are just special. And it says a lot about the head coaches that run these programs here at Cypress College and Fullerton College. I tell you what right now, two of the best community colleges in the state of California, be it athletics or education, they are fantastic programs.
You talk about the assistant coaches. Jordan Hamamoto was the assistant coach at Cypress for years under Drew. Now he's the head coach over at Saddleback. So both these head coaches groom their coaches to get out and be what they want to be. And so that's what you love about them. And it's just a joy to be around it. So, and talking about coaches, and that's why you love the Cypress program as well, because on the women's side, it's the same thing. Coach B in that leadership role now. Coach Moore, the mentor on the bench. How do you follow a legend and not be insecure? Well, the legend has no ego. Coach B knows what she wants to do. Therefore, a symbiotic relationship.
Well, and you talk about no egos. I mean, Perry Webster wants to win. Drew wants to win. But, Corey, when you talk about them, they embrace people like you and I that come down and like to talk about the sport.
Yeah, because we just spout off at the mouth. We just say stuff. We just grab stuff from left field, say, here you go, we're going to talk about it.
That's it. I'm right, aren't I?
No, there's no aren't I. I'm right. Ain't never been wrong up here.
Well, that's true. I've been around you enough. I know that. So does Gabby Nealon. Well, no, she's not going to agree with you. Never been wrong.
So Fullerton, the number 11 team in the state. Cypress, the number 19 team in the state. 4 straight wins for Cypress. 9 of their last 10 games. And this is a team that's really quality. And neither one is in the top 10. When was the last time Fullerton fell out of the top 10? It's been a while since Perry was here. When's the last time the Cypress was a top 15 team? It's been a minute. I know they're sitting at number 19. I haven't seen 15 teams better than Cypress. I haven't even seen 12 teams better than Cypress this year. That's how good they are, and that's how good both of these teams are.
Well, just before we get back from the half, I just want to say to somebody who just sent me a note, Brad Pickler, next time you're here during the basketball game, you come on up with Corey Nealon and I'll sit and talk a little basketball. Brad's watching us right now here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live.
How you doing, Brad? Hope everything is well. We'll see you soon.
The door is open, so anytime you're here, come on up, grab a headset.
And that goes for anybody over here at Cypress. That's an administrator. That's a coach, whatever. Come on up, send the player up. Open door policy in the booth. So starting the second half of play, Fullerton in white moving left. Cypress in blue moving right. Strong to inbound. Davis by Grahovic. And Shepard, the 5 on the floor for the offensive unit for the Hornets. 31-20. Second half begins for these two OEC Titans. Davis spins, turnaround, jumper. Connects, and that's a 13-point lead. Cypress with Katoa, Wright, Christian III, Guerrero, and Patton. The 5 on the floor working one-on-one is Christian III. Patton want the big man out a little bit, want to bring him out a little bit further away from the rim. So players like Katoa can go to the rack and get easy layups instead of contested. 7 on the shot clock. Christian III drives one more time. 5-10 against 6-10. 6-10 wins. Here's Davis the other way. In transition, stolen by Guerrero. Peyton is silent tonight. No points. Unofficially, we'll have to check the live stats in a moment. Pulls up straight away. Off right. Good contest by Bai. Shepard and Davis. We talked to Perry before the game. Both those players really coming into their roles as point guards. Bai steps in, 2 dribbles, throws it down, tapped away. Good defense by Higgy Katoa on the much taller Joe Grahovic.
And again, another turnover. Both these teams having problems finding an offensive rhythm. And Corey has contributed that to the excellent defense both these teams play.
Patton one-on-one, no, needs to put it back up. In between 2, can't convert. And those are the buckets you need to get back into the ballgame when you're down by 13. Under 18, Grahovic is triple teamed by open 3. Mark, Fullerton has found their rhythm, 36-20. Cypress has to be careful because Fullerton a lot like, okay, I'm going to go a little bit older, and I'll try to bring it up for the examples. Here's Cypress, Christian III, turnaround Jay, back rims. Can't get frustrated with that shot. You got to keep taking them because that's a good shot by James. Strong. Oshklevi. Nate Krosny on that one. Here's Christian III, has it taken by Davis, out of control. Back in transition is the Chargers. Shepard. Down low, tip out. Davis, kick out, wide open 3. Bai has not hit anything tonight. And it's last touch, they say, by Cypress. Officials are going to talk about it. They're going to change it. They're going to change it. That's good officiating. Timeout taken by Cypress. With 16:43 to play in the ballgame, it is 36-20 in favor of the Hornets. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, you've looked at Danny Patton again now. I don't know if live stats is updated, but Danny Patton had 8 points. Katoa's got 3. Valenzuela's got 3. James Christian III has 2. Guerrero's got 2. Michael Wright's got 2. And Jack Riviera, 0 points in the game for Cypress College. So that's where it sits right now, Corey Nail, and nobody can find any offense on this Cypress team. Fullerton, well, everybody that's coming to the game except Miles has scored for Fullerton College tonight. So Perry Webster is finding a little more variety on his team, and that's been brought to the game here on sportsnetusa.net and Chargers Live.
And both these programs have consistency now. We've seen teams with one and dones. One year they're good and then they're not. Both these programs have been consistently good since they've taken over, and they've taken over about the same time.
Yeah.
Perry's teams have some of that running rebel defense and capabilities back in the day. There's a down low, and there's a foul on JQ. Too much body. Michael Wright did a nice job of forcing the issue to get to the line, and this is where offensive goodness may start.
Yeah, and Perry Webster's telling his defense, you got to have your hands up. You can't play with your body, just your body. If you're going to body up on somebody, they're going to call a foul at you. And this is what I love about both these coaches. Corey, they never quit coaching during a game, no matter where the game is at.
Coaching? That's how you're going to put it, coaching? I know the officials, say, whining. No, I'm kidding. No, but no, you're right. Coaching, politicking, making sure their players are being put in the best possible situation.
Exactly.
Back door, speaking of the best possible situation. We were going to see that replay, but that's taking too long. And here's Cypress. A little reminiscent of those San Diego State teams under Steve Fisher. All defensively, solid, exceptional. Offensively, they can have good nights, they can have bad nights, but they're always competing in every game. 38-22 on that missed three by Wright. Down low, stolen by Valenzuela, stolen back by J.Q. Strong with the flush. You see it here, sloppy, not sloppy. 40-22, Hornets up by 18. Right, gotta make your jumpers when they're given to you. 40-22, 15 to play.
Perry Webster wants them to slow it down just a little.
Addy with the floater. No. Late whistle. Very late whistle on the block. And so you talk about frustration setting in for the Chargers, Mark. They've been getting good open shots. Those shots that were going down against Saddleback on Wednesday, those same shots have not been going down here in tonight's game. Yeah,
and you look at Cypress right now, 8 of 37 in this game. Yeah.
First free throw is missed. I owe you a quarter for saying here again.
Fullerton now 15 of 33. So they're at 45%. Cypress is at 21%.
By misses the first, makes the second. 41-22. Albertini checks in with Katoa, Rivera, Patton, and Guerrero. Guerrero needs to get off. He needs to start, not going to say force the issue. Patton spins in the lane. Don't know if Grahovic got a hand on it, but it's a miss nonetheless. On the entry, good D by Higgy. Joe tried to force it. On the outside, Addy tried to force it too quick instead of letting them settle in. Rivera in the key, pull up. Again, good shot. No connection. It's like bad internet. 41-22, 14 minutes to play in the ball game. All Hornets. Both teams come in at 5-1 in the OEC on the double team. Almost stolen. Last touch, they're going to say Rivera. Both teams at 5-1 in conference. Both coaches in their 9th years. Addy, no. Put back for Smith, no. And here's Katoa. They don't have numbers. Transition D solid for the Hornets. And they'll need to go back to Guerrero right about now, Mark. He really needs to get into the ball game. Turnaround Jay off the glass for Albertini. First bucket in a long time. 13:24 to play. And it's 41-24. All Hornets. And Mark, you look at the Hall of Fame class for Cypress College, class of 2025. Saw a name up there. Arguably, and here, I hope Brad is listening. One of my favorite players that I've watched at Cypress College since we've been a part of is Sidney McCollum.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame class of 2025.
Yep.
Now, I haven't seen everybody play, but I've seen Sidney play. She's the best player I've seen at Cypress since we've been a part of it. Now, I know I'm probably wrong, but I want the argument. I want the debate.
Well, you know, Brad is going to come and visit us, and he's listening tonight, so he's already writing notes down about Corey Nalen. I'm not sure what games you were watching, Corey. I can give you 15 girls, so, you know.
Well, catch me on another day. I'm going to give you 12 other names. But since she's on the board and we're here tonight, that's the best I've seen.
And it'll be interesting, too, as we watch as the defending state champions, Fullerton College, supposedly has landed a few very talented players again this year.
41-24. Hornets with the lead. Chargers trying to scratch and claw back. Smith working on Patton. No good. So Braden Smith will head to the line for 2 shots. Braden out of Peninsula High School, or excuse me. I got it right, Peninsula High School. 6'8" freshman. 4 points, 3 rebounds. And it's interesting, you talked to Perry before the broadcast, Mark, and first free throws up and in. He talked about a couple players that are not playing for right now, Mike Davis, Darvell Wyatt. And so he has to go down to his bench and see who's going to perform well. Hobbs and Smith have played well tonight.
Yeah, and he's looking for depth. Him and I were talking about always having depth on his team, and he was really honest about it. He says, you know, not yet, because I have players that just haven't learned the aspect of what part of the game that they should be working on.
Here's Katoa working hard against Davis. Hands up, can't convert again. Rebound to the ground. Smith, when he goes to the ground, you're thinking that's got to be a travel, but both hands are on the ball, so they call a jump. alternating arrow stays with the Chargers.
Well, somebody's already agreed with you. One of the best he's ever had, Corey Nalen. So.
And Michael Rice showing grown man strength underneath against the double team. We'll let this replay play out because you'll see him working down low. He gets double team and powers through the double team for 2.
So I just want to let you know Brad Pickler agrees with you.
And there's a 5-second violation caused by Michael Wright, so that may be the key for Cypress as they're down 17 with 12:23 to play. Yay.
It's been so many years since you've been right. It's nice to,
Always right. Albertini for 3. Clank. Hops. So a lag right now in the game as it's 11:57 to play. Fullerton running through the offense. Cypress trying to do anything too easy. Underneath, Smith misses a chippy. Payton in the front court. And you notice the defensive lasers on Payton. Once he gets the ball, there's always a player shading towards him for a double team. Katoa in the key, got to get out. Here's Guerrero to the block, step back, short. 11:24 to play. Again, there's the 6'10 causing havoc. Payton, instead of going up strong, he steps back and misses the float, fall away. Down low, Hovick on the right block has to go through his hands. So it's not like Fullerton is playing flawless basketball, Mr. Pavlovich.
No, they're not. I mean, they made quite a few mistakes tonight, and that's why we're sitting here at 43-26.
And the problem with their flawlessness, there's Michael Wright down low on the no look from Higgy. Count the bucket. Not many replays for Cypress tonight, but here's one. As he gets into the lane, no look, Michael finishes with authority. 43-28. Mills off the curl. You want to talk subtle? This is subtle. (46-28). Your score with 10:21 to play in the ball game. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, you look at right now on the court, Fullerton 15 of 34, 44%. Cypress has picked it up a little. Right now they're 10 of 45. They're at 24%. 2 of 13 from three-point country. That's not going to get it done. They're only shooting 15% there. Fullerton on the other side, Corey, hasn't been that much better. They're 4-17, 23%. And, of course, when you go to the charity stripe, Fullerton's 10 of 11, 90%. Cypress, well, they're perfect. Turnovers, surprising as it is, Fullerton's got more turnovers in this game. Fullerton's got 10 turnovers. Cypress only has 5. Rebounds, both these teams are sort of even, sitting right there. Fullerton with 13 assists, Cypress with 6. Not that many steals for Fullerton. A little surprised. Fullerton's got 2 steals. Cypress has 6 in this game.
46-28 out of the timeout. Chargers ball. Albertini will inbound. James Christian III, Higgy Katoa, Michael Wright, and Jack Rivera. Higgy in the front court working against a Hornet man-to-man defense. Rivera stopped by Smith, and there a travel. Drew wants a foul on the wing earlier. Not the travel there. Drew ain't happy.
No, well, neither am I. I told the referees only 2 fouls each. That's all they got tonight.
Hops underneath, no good, but the putback by Braden Smith. Nobody blocks out the weak side. And it's a 20-point lead. Hornets' biggest, 48-28. So Chargers need an answer, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Rivera at the top, Albertini. Christian the third. Hops hounding. Wright has the last 4 points for the Chargers. Katoa almost loses possession. At the left block, tries to turn on Davis, kick out to Albertini. He goes baseline, steps out of bounds on the defense by Grahovic, and it's another turnover. 28 points is what they have with 9:28 to play. Fullerton's got 48. Mark, you mentioned Fullerton doesn't have a lot of steals, but they do have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, and the thing that they're doing too, Corey, is again, even though they're not shooting well, they're playing solid defense, which Perry Webster will always say to you, that will create easy offense for the Fullerton College Hornets.
Cross-court pass to Jackson Hobbs. And Hobbs travels. Adebayo is in. Joe Grahovic is out. And down by 20 with 9 to play. This is the point of the ball game where the big guy is out for Fullerton. Cypress has to make some type of run. They need 3 buckets and 3 stops. Katoa drives, almost carries. In the lane, double team, almost taken away, almost 3 seconds, and almost possession for the Chargers. Christian the third, left block, down low to right, patiently. Had everybody nervous, but they get 2, 48-30. Hornets slowing it down, and they get a foul on Christian the third, trying to Mark Pavlovich his way through a screen, and that is a foul.
I didn't see anything. Hard basketball.
3 team fouls for the Chargers. 1 for the Hornets. Grahovic back in, and there is a foul offensive on Jakari Miles. As Christian the third flailing through the key.
I know how he felt when he hit the floor. I've been run over like that too by people I've played against.
No, that was a push. People you play with have the ball in their hands, and
Playing fullback.
Guerrero with 2 points. Coming off 16 points on Wednesday. Michael Wright trying to keep them in the game offensively. Tries to get baseline. Touch foul on Big Joe. And that's the 3rd team foul for the Hornets.
Perry Webster did not like the call.
Good call. Guerrero. Down low, right one more time. Spin in the lane, blocked by Grahovic. 2 quick fouls. Michael Wright, not intimidated, heads back to the line for 2.
But when you take on the big guy and you put that quick little fake on him, even when the big guys go up, you know that you can get underneath them and get that foul. That's exactly what happened. I can hear Perry up here.
And our listeners from Moreno Valley, we had that conversation after that third comment that you mentioned. Not only second class, might be a third class. 48-31. Back rim, no good. Free throw line violation against Fullerton. With 7:52 to play in the game. And it's a 17-point lead for Fullerton, right? Trying to make it a 16-point lead. And they make it count.
Got to take that gift when you get it.
48-32. Davis. Miles. And you see, Mark, why he's one of the best three-point shooters in the state. And we want to talk about next time Fullerton has the ball. But Cypress really needs to get Peyton Guerrero involved in the game somehow, along with Michael Wright, who's doing his best. Higgy spins, blocked by Davis, but a foul by Davis. That looked clean. But again, you see the difference in settling for shots and taking it to the bucket.
Well, and you see at this stage of the game too, Corey, when you're down by 19, you don't get that frenetic pace that you had earlier in the game trying to find shots.
Strong back in. 4 hops. Tolles free throw, both are good. 51-34. So back to Justin Davis. Justin Davis averages 7 points, 4 assists, 4.5 assists, which leads the team. He's given up his offensive prowess, so to speak, not completely, but he's a guy who's, for the betterment of the team, he's taken over this role as a point and the distributor and facilitator for Fullerton. And it's really allowed them to grow as a team, because we both talked, we didn't think they had that coming into the season.
Yeah.
He's filled that void. Because you're looking at a guy who can put up 15 easy each contest. Grahovic, strong on the line. That's a 2 if he goes, no good. Rebound, Guerrero. Guerrero, no numbers. Working on Addy By. Gets into the lane, cut off. Top of the key, Wright's feeling it. Short, rebound, tip controlled by Davis. .6:15 to play in this OEC matchup. Davis and By up top. Grahovic, he's been quiet. Hasn't put up the big numbers that you've seen earlier this season. He averages 15. He's below that tonight. Under 6 to play. Patton for 3. You're not going to watch this replay when you get home and think, boy, I watched some good offense. There's just been no flow. And that's for both teams. Miles in the key, splits the defenders, fouled by Peyton or Guerrero or Katoa. They get Patton. They get Patton and sends Jakari to the line. But what you're going to look at this game, and both teams can play a variety of styles. We can play fast, we can play slow, we can play ragged, we can play hectic, we can play ugly.
They've done that tonight. Played ugly. With no benefits to anyone.
And as well as Jakari Miles shoots the three, 43% from three-point land, 43.7, so we give him 44. You got to make your free throws. I'm only saying that because he shoots 96% from the free throw line. No, I'm sorry. He only shoots 74% from the three-throw line.
There we go.
I'm
Wow.
sorry about that.
Corey
I was
Daly
looking at
giving
Justin
22.
Davis. I was looking at Justin Davis. So, yeah, I was right. Make your free throws. You got to be a better free throw shooter if you shoot 45% from three.
Joseph Pavlenko, once again, you are Cal State Fullerton material.
Beautiful drive in the lane by Kamani Nelson. Let's see if Kamani gives a little spark to the Chargers. And timeout with 5 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the game. 52-36 in favor of the Hornets on Chargers Live.
Well, now you actually see the Cypress Fullerton rivalry. We've already had a referee walk over and say, coaches, you need to get your players to knock it off. Corey, on that last play, the Hornets were talking to the Chargers, and the referees had to say, come on, guys, go to the bench. We saw that last week. You don't mind the chippiness when it happens as long as it doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, I don't mind. You don't mind the little talks. You don't mind the little smirks or digs. That's fine. The enthusiasm for the game is necessary. There shouldn't be a game without it. But when it gets over the top, when it gets classless, I'm not going to say classless, when it gets over the top, it's not necessary. So there are many more subtle ways to dig at somebody and take their heart rather than to be so demonstrative that it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, neither one of these teams, and you've already brought it up, have played exemplary. They haven't represented their 5-1 records tonight.
Offensively.
Defensively, they have, yes.
And that's how you know you're a good team. When you're not thriving and hitting all cylinders on offense, you're still going to play well and good enough to win because other aspects of your game. Out of the timeout with Miles. Shepard, who's now in along with Bai, Davis, and Grahovic. Fullerton with possession. Right, up top. Nelson, who made that last two on the big guy. Miles one more time. When you can walk through the lane, like that, 54-36. Nelson again, working on Bai. And there's a hold on Bai. Nelson in flux, infusing some exuberance.
They called a foul on the use of the lower body on that foul.
16 fouls for Fullerton, only 5 for Cypress. Nelson to right, thought about the three. Toa hounded back to right, down low to Nelson. .414 remaining, 18-point lead for the for the Hornets.
You'll get love from everybody for Cypress from that.
One timeout remaining for Cypress. Coming around that screen one more time. Miles in the key. Skip pass to Shepard. Davis. Alley-oop. Hold on right, no good. Putback, no. Foul on the putback. And Grahovic steps to the line Hatton will come in after the first free throw. We talked about the conference standings a lot. Fullerton, Cypress, and Santiago Canyon all came into tonight's contests at 5-1. The Hawks have already won. They improved to 6-1. Fullerton looks like they're on their way to a victory. They would improve to 6-1, while Cypress would drop to 5-2. Riverside, if they lose tonight, they're 3-4. And both free throws drop. And it's 56-36, equaling the biggest lead of the game. Saddleback is 2-4, Irvine Valley 3-3, OCC 0-6. Pachoa working around, taken away by Smith. Adebayo working on Peyton Guerrero. Off the backboard! Leaves it for Braden Smith. Results. Well, let's just watch this replay. (58-36), 3:21. And it looked like Adebayo was out of control the whole way, Mark. There's no way he's going to make that layup. Braden Smith, who strips the ball, never gives up on his partner, throws it off the backboard and flushes it home. It's all right if you like that type of play.
Well, now they're talking about when you do things like that on the NBA level, that would be a three-point shot now. Just updating you on possible changes of the rules in basketball.
It's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. 58-37, 3:21 to play. Rivera's second free throw connects. He's got 2 points.
You'd like the free substitution rule too, where you can just run a player in while a play's going on the court. Somebody else runs off.
Actually, I'd like to see that. That would come in handy when I play. Miles step back threes, way short. Dante Henderson, first time in the game. It was really a Kickstarter the last time we were here. Nelson spins. So, Mark, this one's going Fullerton's way.
Yeah, and Perry's starting to bring in some other players with 2:42 to go.
Problems at the scorer's table. Oh, looks like something caught on fire at the scorer's table, Mark. So there's a pause in the action as they're trying to figure out how to control. I don't know if it was Sparks or not, but we sit at 58-38 with 2:42 to play in the ball game and a 20-point lead for Fullerton. Now, if it's not Sparks, we don't know what went out down there. You know what we need here at Cypress? We need a fireman's pole. I don't know how I get back up, but going back down, we need a fireman's pole.
Well, I just throw you over the side. I tell you just to hold on to it, and I'll fling you over the side.
And a big old trampoline so I can hop back up.
I blame the engineering students over at Fullerton College because they like to blow things up. So probably one of them did something here. At least it's not a fire caused by sportsnetusa.net.
And speaking of OEC contests, we'll go back around Santiago Canyon. They were the ones who beat Riverside. Saddleback, they beat Irvine Valley 60-54. And Santa Ana holding on against Orange Coast. 4:58 to play in the second. 58-55. Still plenty of time in that one. But that's where we sit on elsewhere around the Orange Empire. Kari Shepard, Anthony Smith with the ball. Sean Woodson up top joining him, Jackson Hobbs, and Braden Smith. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Hornets. For the Chargers, Henderson guarding Smith. Cross-court pass to Shepard with 6. Smith, top of the key. Front rim, no. Woodson has it taken away by Nelson, and elbows are thrown. Offensive foul by Kamani Nelson. Even though there was no connection on the elbow, even if there was no intent, common foul, no contact. And now in for Shepard is Michael Carnasovas. So Patton, Nelson, Rivera, Christian III, and Henderson. Those are the 5 on the floor for the Chargers. 2:05 remaining in the contest. Patton cuts off baseline. Wood said, I don't care. Splits 2 defenders. Offensive foul, setting his feet, was James Christian III. So Michael Wright, he led the way for the Chargers with 12 points and 4 rebounds. Danny Patton had 8 points and 7 rebounds. All 8 points were in the first half.
Yep.
Higgy had 5. Isaiah Valenzuela had a 3. Christian III, Guerrero, Rivera, Albertini, Nelson, 2 points each. That's the scoring. James Christian III says, you know what, give me 3 more. (58-41). 90 seconds to play. Fullerton will improve to 17-2 and 6-1. Henderson fouls Smith on the drive. Cypress will drop to 5-2 in conference play and 15-5 in their overall record.
You know, the one thing we didn't mention, what a great turnout again for this game tonight here at Don Johnson Court. I mean, once
See, you
again,
weren't paying attention.
When did you say that?
Earlier in the first half.
Why would I pay attention to you?
Well, that's true.
You know what? I didn't even hear that.
60-41.
I was so enthralled with the basketball game. That's probably why I missed it.
Henderson leaves it for no one in a blue jersey. Team in the white has possession. Cross-court pass to Woodson. Dumps down, Smith. That's his 3rd dunk of the night. 62-41. 50 left. Patton. (62-44). He's the second player for the Chargers in double figures. And it's funny, and Fullerton, they only had one player in double figures as well, and that was Joe Grahovic with 13.
But
they had a list of players that, and this is what they do. Well, now Braden Smith, after that last dunk, is in 10. Miles had 9, Strong 8, By 6, Woodson 6, Davis had 4, and the rest had 2. Smith, Henderson with a jersey. Smith misses the layup with 23 seconds to play. And I like the officials, Mark. Dante Henderson had a fistful of jersey. They let that go.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage of the game, why would you blow a whistle?
And that's why we like the officials, not because they did that, but they're good and they recognize, they understand context of the game. Never mind.
Somebody downstairs just said, hey, Corey Nalen said this. Let's change it up a little.
(62-47) will be your final score here tonight. So the Cypress College women, they win 61-52 over Riverside. The men on their half of the doubleheader, they lose 62-47 to Fullerton. For Mark Pavlovich, everyone here at Cypress College, everyone for listening, thank you for tuning in to Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net.